channel. I hope everybody's doing well. It's a Monday afternoon. Usually I do my videos in the morning because I feel fresher, and I've been working out in my garage this morning, so just getting things organized, putting luggage away from our trip, and just trying to get things nice and neat. My husband is working, so I don't like that he's working so much, but he is. So here I am with Scooter, and so it was hot and sweaty out there. I jumped in the pool and came back in and thought, you know what, I'm going to do my retirement video, because I've been wanting to do this video on the psychological events that go on in your life, in your mind, in your heart when a person retires. I had no idea I would go through some of the things I went through when I actually retired. Now, I worked a total of 29 years. I'm in my 60s right now. So for many, many years, I did stay home and take care of my kids, which is what I wanted to do and planned on doing for my whole life, all of my life. And then I started working to help put them through college so they wouldn't have a lot of student loans and that type of thing. But once I started working, I just stayed, and I continued to work until a year and a half ago. Well, every day that I was at work, I was wishing I was at home, because I remembered being a housewife, keeping my house in order and organized, the meals healthy and prepared on the table, and basically just holding down the fort, keeping the home fires burning. I always wanted to do that. Even though when I was working, I enjoyed and loved my jobs, the different jobs that I had. It was usually in the insurance field, and I enjoyed the interaction with people. I'm very social. I have fun bantering back and forth with rhetoric, throughout the years. But like I said, every day I was at work, I was wishing I was at home. So the big overshadowing portion of my life while I was working was I wish I could be at home. And it came to the point where I was miserable at work, even though I loved my last job. I loved what I did. I loved my patients. I love insurance. And I loved explaining it to people and seeing the light come on in their eyes when they finally understood what their insurance was going to pay and what their responsibility was as a patient in a hospital or in a doctor's office. To me, I loved it. And I made a lot of money for the hospital, not for myself, but I made over $1 million a year for the hospital, the one hospital I was in. And so I could have basically anything I wanted except more money. So I got the best office. I could get off whenever I wanted to, which they didn't like, because every minute I was off, they were losing money. And God just blessed me in my job. I had a lot of people just open up to me and say, okay, do you want my Visa card? They pay their bill. So basically, that's kind of what I did. Anyhow, I did get carte blanche at work, which, it's hard to do, hard to get that kind of job. Well, one day I decided enough is enough, because along with a high-profile job comes a lot of stress and pressure, and I was getting in my 60s, and I didn't want to continue in that kind of a stress pattern. So one day, out of the clear blue sky, I gave my notice, a 2-week notice, and I didn't even tell my husband. I just decided, this is it, I'm done. And I was so happy, and I stayed home after that, and but I didn't realize what my heart would go through, because all of a sudden you go from being a somebody, even if it's a low profile job. You go from being somebody connected with a huge corporation or small to nobody, even though you're a wife and a mother and, you know, a housewife. It was very challenging for me to go from someone to no one. And there are times when you think you are a no one, a nobody. I didn't think I would ever feel that way, but I did. I missed the organization of my office. I missed being in control of this whole big area and people. I missed having the last word in different situations and decisions, whereas here I have my husband, and you know, it's 50-50. So does that make sense? I don't have complete control. I'm sorry, I think it's funny. But anyways, it was hard to deal with that. So that was a huge learning curve for me to get back into that role again of sharing every thought and every decision. So, because working is a big chunk of your life. Well, the other thing, and I have Elle For Living to thank for this. I would sometimes private message her because she's to me the guru of working, people who work and are very successful, as well as having a YouTube channel and book clubs and blogging, and you know, it's like she does it all perfectly, and I loved that. So, but she said to me in the very beginning when I did retire, make sure you stay connected. And I noticed I started becoming unconnected with, I didn't want anything to do with my friends who worked. I just wanted to be home. I didn't want to have a schedule because I was so scheduled. And these are things that I had to go in the extreme opposite direction in doing in my life, from being super organized to being totally unorganized. I had to find my middle, and I had to make sure that I stayed connected with friends and did things, going to my neighbors and having a cup of coffee, having friends over of my husband's and mine, or my girlfriends. And you know, it's very easy for me to just stay home where I love with my books and YouTube. And YouTube was a big part of my knowing that it's going to be okay, because I developed a lot of good friendships with people in YouTube world, and I appreciate that so much. I wrote some things down. It was very hard for me to stop going fast. It was hard for me to slow down, because when I was working, I would do everything fast and quickly as possible, because I was on limited time at home and at work. So I had to learn how to slow down my housework, slow down my organizational ways of doing things. I even kind of threw away my agenda and went with steno pads, which I shared with you on another video. So I've had to learn over the last year and a half how to kind of put everything in the middle and be balanced, stay organized, but not overly so, and to slow down and enjoy my life, enjoy my kids, go shopping, enjoy the grandchildren, enjoy my neighbors. It's okay not to scrub the floors today because I have tomorrow. Those were hard things for me to do. The other thing I noticed was I wanted to go back to work. After a certain length of time went by, I think 6 months, I missed it so much I wanted to go back. So it's very hard for me. And I noticed from other coworkers who retired, it was hard for them to disconnect themselves from work. Once you make that decision, you need to stick with it. You need to either work or not work. Maybe you're not ready for total retirement. Maybe you should go in at part-time. A lot of people have done that. I was very wishy-washy, and I think it's just a gradual breaking away. And I finally discovered what I was doing in my mind, wanting to go back, having someone offer me a job, considering it, and then calling them at the last minute and saying no. I went through that twice since I retired. I got 2 jobs, one at the hospital, one with an insurance agency. I think it was State Farm. Offered me a job, and they hadn't even interviewed very many. I don't think they interviewed anybody. They offered me the job on the spot, which was, that makes you feel good. You know, someone wants you. But my husband needed me more, and my family, and Scooter. So I had to come to that decision. I'm done working. This is where God wants me to be right now. This is where I want to be right now. And maybe I will work in the future. I don't know. But for now, I know it's good that I'm home. But those are the things I went through. I noticed when I retired, I started cooking and eating and enjoying my food too much. I gained weight. So I had to corral that and bring that under control too. We bought an elliptical machine, so now I'm working on my elliptical twice a day and doing my stretches. I incorporate those healthy things into my schedule. I wasn't putting on makeup because I didn't have to. I decided that's not good. I don't want to let myself go. I don't want my hair to get all shabby and not do my hair, although I do need to get it done. But I am going to put on makeup. I am going to do my nails, even though I am home. I love makeup. I love doing my nails. I love pedicures. That was another thing I fell into when I first retired, thinking, oh, I don't have to get dressed. I don't have to put on nylons or 3-inch heels. I don't have to put on my makeup. But then I wanted to be who I was, and I am a person who wants to wear makeup and will wear makeup every day. And dress up. I wanted to dress up at home. That's why I went into sundresses in the summertime, or cute little shorts. So these are things that I went through when I retired, and it was a journey, and now I feel like things are okay. I feel balanced. It took me a long time to come up with these thoughts and ideas. YouTube has helped me enormously. I hope this helped anybody out there who's considering retiring. Maybe you just want to stay home. Maybe you just need a 2-week vacation. Maybe you don't need to retire right now. You just want to be home. Well, maybe you should take a 2-week vacation and stay home, or a 1-week vacation. Those kinds of things, it's important to know that you know what you want to do. So, and I love it. I love being home. I love taking care of Scooter and my husband, and I hope this made sense. I hope it helps someone out there. So thank you so much for watching and listening. And you guys take care. I love you all, and thank you, all of my new subscribers. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. If you have any questions, just leave a message below. I'll be glad to answer your questions. So you guys take care. God bless you. Bye-bye.